Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the start of a new month is kicking off a way to help people save money. No Spend September challenges people to take control of where their money goes. And new guidelines are creating confusion over how to get the updated COVID-19 vaccination.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Tuesday, September 2nd. It is just about 5:32 this morning and time for a check of our weather with Eric Dean. Eric, it's still a little bit chilly and I think it's just going to keep getting colder.
That's right, we'll see it drop a couple of degrees as we go into the next hour or so, but lows this morning, take a look at this, dropped down to 52 in Hazard, 61 Jackson, 58 in Prestonsburg. London made it to 59 as well as Irvin. 61 was the temperature in Somerset. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 50s and 60s, upper 40s still near Grundy as well as Clintwood. Our dew point, some places very close to the ambient temperature. What that means, and we talk about this all the time, patchy fog, certainly not out of the question. Look at that dew point in Clintwood. Of course, they sit higher up, down to 21. Now, where that puts us on the dew point scale, pleasant, but still a little dry. Now, live pinpoint Doppler radar right now is quiet, but that will change as we go throughout the day. Rain chances will start to pick up, and we'll time that out coming up in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. But right now, it is almost 5:33. We will toss it back to Amelia.
A hiker is dead after a fall at the Red River Gorge over the weekend. Powell County Search and Rescue says it happened Saturday afternoon at Whittleton Arch. Rescuers say the person fell about 40 feet from the top of the arch. The hiker was flown to UK Hospital where they died from their injuries. They've not yet been identified. The Knox County Sheriff's Department says a woman died after being attacked by a pack of dogs. Deputies say it happened Friday afternoon in the Flatlick community. 44-year-old Priscilla Jones was walking down Sandy Branch when the dogs attacked. A neighbor heard her screaming and called 911. Firefighters found her with severe life-threatening injuries. She was rushed to Barberville ARH but did not survive. Well, we do have a safety alert for you this morning. State police are searching for an escaped inmate. Take a look at your screen right there. That is Esther Stevenson. KSP says he walked away from the Bluegrass Career and Development Center in Richmond Saturday night. Stevenson has brown hair, blue eyes, and was last seen wearing a white tank top, gray sweatpants, and a white hat. He was being held on drug trafficking charges. Troopers say he has ties to Knox County, Corbin, Woodbine, and surrounding areas. If you see him or know where he might be, you're asked to call 911 or KSP. One man is dead after he crashed into the side of a mountain in Perry County. WYMT's Neely Green has more details about what just happened.
On Thursday, August 28th, the Perry County Sheriff's Office received reports of a crash on Kentucky 15 in the Grapevine community. Deputies and multiple first responders say they found a car which had crashed into a mountainside along the highway. Deputies reportedly found a man unresponsive in the vehicle. He was later identified as Carlos Hall. First responders conducted CPR in an effort to stabilize Hall. He was taken to Hazard Appalachian Regional Hospital where they discovered he had sustained multiple fractures and signs of significant head trauma. Because of those discovered injuries, he was then airlifted to UK Hospital and later pronounced dead at the hospital. The case is being investigated by the Perry County Sheriff's Office. In Perry County, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the Perry County Sheriff's Office says they extended their condolences to Hall's family. The Somerset Fire Department helped put out a large brush fire Sunday. Crews responded to Knob Road to assist Ferguson firefighters, cutting fire breaks with various tools. They also used water from tankers and brush trucks to put out flames and hot spots. Several other fire departments and the Kentucky Division of Forestry also helped bring it under control. A Richmond man is behind bars after a drug arrest in Laurel County. Officers say 39-year-old Brian Winberry was a passenger in a vehicle stopped at a traffic checkpoint early Sunday. A police canine alerted to the scent of narcotics, and officers found what they believed to be cocaine in his clothing and in a container beside his seat. Winberry was taken to the Laurel County Detention Center. The start of a new month is kicking off a way to help people save money. No Spend September. It challenges folks to take control of where their money's going. Experts explain the challenge isn't meant for people to just say no to spending, but to think about what is actually important for them to spend their money on. Well, the challenge name flows well with the month of September. One Western Kentucky University finance professor believes there's maybe more reasons behind September being the no spend month.
It's a reasonable time to step back and say, okay, what's really important to us again, and see, did we go off track? Do we need to get back on track? And it's okay if we did. We just need to get back on.
Experts emphasize having expenses written out in a notebook, on a spreadsheet, or even using an app can make a difference in keeping finances on track. The London City Council is meeting this evening to appoint a new council member. This comes after Friday's meeting where the council accepted the resignation of Charles Stacey Bench. He was the only member of the council to vote against impeaching London Mayor Randall Weddle. A public hearing is this Friday when the council is expected to discuss removing Mayor Weddle from office. Pulaski County is under a burn ban due to extremely dry conditions. Judge Executive Marshall Todd says all open burning is prohibited until further notice. Anyone who violates the ban will be subject to fines and penalties. Well, if your car is long overdue for a car wash, we've got some tips for you. AAA of the Bluegrass is helping folks get their vehicles squeaky clean. If you have bug splats on your car, there could be a risk of rubbing the finish off. Lori Weaver Hawkins shares the best way to protect your car from those insect guts.
The biggest thing you want to do is soak the area. So you apply a liberal amount of water, warm soapy water to that bug affected part of your vehicle. The more dried on bugs that you have, the longer it's going to take to soak them.
Hawkins recommends soaking the bugs for at least 1 to 5 minutes and scrub lightly in a circular motion. Well, September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, a time to raise awareness about the disease that will impact 1 in 8 men in their life, including former President Joe Biden, who's currently under treatment for the disease. WYMT's Washington correspondent Stetson Miller tells us about it and how one technology is making a big difference in treating it.
This month, doctors and health experts are trying to encourage men to get screened for prostate cancer at age 50. The efforts include highlighting how nuclear medicine is being used to make the disease more survivable. Prostate cancer is on the rise globally, but doctors say if it's detected early, it's typically very treatable.
We understand that not all prostate cancers are created equally, and some are not so aggressive and some are very aggressive. And what we want to do is better diagnose early on those aggressive ones and treat them and hopefully cure them.
Dr. Richard Wall is a professor of radiology and radiation oncology at Washington University in St. Louis. He's an expert in nuclear medicine, which is a medicine that uses radioactive tracers to diagnose cancers in the body.
And what we do with these imaging tests is we first prove that they're accurate versus pathology, and we prove that they're better than CT and MRI scans, which we've done, and now we have data now showing that outcomes of patients are better.
The recent advancements in nuclear medicine have also greatly improved the options for treating cancers.
It can be given before chemotherapy, so many patients are now choosing not to get chemotherapy because of the side effects and quality of life issues.
Dr. Wall emphasizes the goal is to eventually move from treatment to cure, and until there is a cure, there's still a long way to go. In Washington, I'm Stetson Miller.
New guidelines are creating confusion over how to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine. Many people may need a note from their doctor before getting vaccinated. The FDA's latest guidelines approves the shots for seniors and anyone older than 6 months old with a condition that makes them high risk for a severe COVID infection. Those people can walk right into a pharmacy to get the shot. For everyone else, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said on social media, you need to consult with a doctor first, but 16 states are also still waiting on CDC approval, which could come later this month. Health experts say this confusion was preventable.
There is no new data on safety and efficacy that would warrant a change in guidance. What's changed is the process. So instead of having a transparent, science-driven policymaking process, what we are seeing now is vaccine policy being made by political fiat and even being announced on social media rather than through normal processes.
Moderna and Pfizer both say their vaccines will be available in the coming days. It's also unclear if all insurances will cover the shots and if pharmacies will require proof of a medical condition. Well, doctors say now is the time to start your fall cleaning, especially if you've got allergies. Allergists recommend focusing on the kitchens, bathrooms, and basements first because any standing water can lead to mold. Doctors also recommend dusting and vacuuming regularly, especially in the bedroom, and to frequently wash your bedding. If you're still having allergies flare up after a deep clean, certain medications can even help.
The medications that I think are very helpful for both indoor and outdoor allergens are antihistamines. I think that they help a lot with when people have itching or sneezing. And then I typically go to the nasal sprays, either nasal steroids or nasal antihistamines if they have a lot of nasal congestion and post-nasal drip.
For more information about allergies, you can visit an allergist to get tested and explore other treatment options. It's now 5:42. An almost unrecognizable Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is taking on his most dramatic role yet. That and more in today's Eye on Entertainment.